Anywhere you study all over the world, yes, come and start.
Yes, good night.
Look at it. All our students all over the world studying because
Thank you.
that 1 year you must come and get your NYSC certificate.
Thank you very
That is
much.
good thing.
You
Thank you
too,
very
Ma.
much for your contribution, Mrs. Oluwati Ojilade. 0803 437 453 or 0815 032 0226.
Hello, good morning. Can you please take a few steps away from where your radio is? Please take a few steps away from where your radio is, sir. Yeah. Good morning.
So the program is welcome developed,
Okay.
but it must be well implemented
Okay.
so that you got any form of problem. And we should not forget the fact that we have many youths outside the country. So it's one of the factors that government need to put into consideration before they come out with this synergy. God bless Nigeria.
Amen. Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Akinpelu, your quick reaction to that before we go to the next question as we're about to wrap up this conversation.
Sorry, don't comment on the last comment. I didn't get the comment.
He is actually throwing his weight behind the idea of the first callers that it will enhance national development. He's believing that the 2 years proposal is a welcome development.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, I think I also had this part where it says well implemented. So I think the idea about it is that there must be a serious interaction with stakeholders to ensure how best there is nothing too wrong in the policy. However, there are fears associated with implementation because if not well properly implemented, might not achieve the desired result. But again, I also agree that thank you.
Okay, Mr. Akinpelu, as we're about to wrap up the conversation, because we understand that we have some urgent suppressing assignment that you need to attend to, just look at the cultural aspect of the NYC, not looking at the employment generation aspect alone. The cultural aspect, don't you think it will also enhance national cohesion, where people from the south can mingle with people from the north, and those people from the north can easily come down to the south and also have something like cohesion?
Yeah, if you ask me, that we have lost that the moment we have issues with the security system or architecture in our country. Have affected that culture, that part of the NYSC. We have quite a lot of people that one of the reasons why they speak or they had to resettle in another part of the country was because they went to serve or they went to work. I mean, the service took them there and they were retained and then, people grant. It has affected a lot of some people who speak the language. But in the last few years, the issue of insecurity has been so difficult. We've had situations where people are posted. I know a couple of board members who are posted and they refuse to go because, again, you cannot blame them. The fear of insecurity. So, if we would return that bit of that system into their country, we must address the issue of insecurity, killings everywhere, able to achieve that. And that would be my people achieve that. I mean, if you don't address insecurity, we cannot hold this game to be able to ensure cultural integration any longer.
Mr. Akinpelu, still on that security, some Nigerians are of the school of thought that NYC should be a voluntary service where youth can be allowed to train in the military, the paramilitary, like to foster security architecture and other agencies where experiences are generated for national gains rather than the current engagement in vocational and skills engagement. What is your view on this?
Well, that could be explored for its gains and benefits. Again, the can be looked at. We have countries where such opportunities level of leadership in the NYSC. So I'm sure for people who are in that line who already understand it, especially around security issues, they can also explore that and then make such recommendations as appropriate generally. But I don't think it's the other way. We also use this case to start also improving or getting people into our security outfit.
Now let's take a look at the employability of these NYC core members. Now, that a particular PPA is actually employing maybe the services of 5 core members, now serving 2 years. Do you think there will be spaces for other core members that will be mobilized subsequently that employers of labor would be able to accommodate them? As we wrap up the conversation with your word of advice.
So, like I said earlier, it is not just about getting core members. As I am an employer of core members, I've had reasons to employ core members, and I've had reasons to have core members who have stayed with our organization after their NYSC. And I've had reasons to send some of them away. Now, it is important that we understand that it is not an interview where that decides to stay or go, and it's a voluntary thing. There are also core members who already have other aspirations, and you will not hold them to it. Now, if the business is doing fine and it's thriving, you will always need more and you will always need more people. So the issue of whether it will be too much or not will not come into play. It means that we do what is right. If people are able, if a core member does not think that just yet to play, I mean, these people are the graduate. The tendency is that that core member becomes a useful tool for the organization's expansion, or that core member himself has another business who in turn requires the service of other people. I think the focus should be that we must make our team that very effective, that does not tolerate seriousness, and ensure that by the time that giving that way, must either be an employer of people or you are employable to another level of the purpose of the work that you are doing. And that's where I start, and that's what I think, and that's what I do every time I start with core members.
Now, Mr. Akinlalu, as we wrap up this conversation this morning, Emmanuel, do you have any question? Okay, as someone that has gone through the system, what would be your recommendation and word of advice to present core members that we have right now and to the government being the employers of this national youth?
Well, my recommendation to every core member that is out there is that it's an opportunity that you have. Make the best advantage of it. Take the opportunity, then learn new skills. Take the opportunity to present yourself as a worthy person, engaged either by your organization or recommended for particular organization. And for government, especially the NYSC, I would say that they need to also improve on the discipline and the output, to ensure a better output of the current set of core members that we have. Thank you very much, sir.
It's a pleasure having you, Mr. Tayo Akinpelu, a public commentator, joining us on the program this morning. We want to sincerely say a very big thank you for joining us. It's really been an enlightening session with you, Mr. Tayo Akinpelu. And we do hope that when next we reach out to you, definitely oblige to the invitation, sir.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Thank you sincerely. We appreciate you. Okay, this is 90.5 FM. Let's still open the phone lines as we are about to wrap up the competition this lovely morning. 0803-437-9453. We need to release our guest because he has some other personal assignments he needs to attend to. 0803-437-9453 and 0815-032-0226. Your position as regards the proposed extension of the NYC scheme to 2 years. 0803-437-9453. Yes.
Yes. It's been a good program this morning. The session has very poor. And I thought I'm not on the program. Anyway, I am Simba calling from Ishara. Although I used to be here as a program, that 1 year, I was one of the people who thought that it was a very good thing to do. But luckily, I have had to ever go through the YT program. And I believe it's a very good one. Extending it to 2 years is also, I think, is a very welcome idea. But I want to suggest that our youth should be taught, apart from vocational training, this is an opportunity for us to teach them some rudiments of military training, rudiments of military training and martial arts, so that they are not only good prepared for to employ or to employ, but they are also in a position to defend themselves when the need arises. Insecurity has become a problem in this country. And I believe that our youth should be trained in martial arts and they should be trained in at least periods of rudimentary military training. They should be given that in addition to vocational training. And those 2 years should be enough. I agree that we always talk about money. I think there's money in this country. It's only being mismanaged. We have money to pay. I believe we have money to give them good allowance, we call it.
Alawi.
Good allowance. In fact, they can be happy. And the government should also tackle the security so they can stay where if they want to, and if they are employed there, they can stay there where they want to serve. I had my daughter who I was serving in Afghan local government or something. And when I was worried about her safety, she told me I should not just enjoy the place. In fact, she wrote a book there.
Wow.
That should be encouraged.
Now, Elder, you as an educationist, now some people are also subscribing to the fact that the core members should be used to bridge the teaching gap, especially in our schools, that maybe they should be deployed to schools to know, at least with these 2 years, to serve as teachers, to ensure that there is no, where there is dearth of teachers in some schools, these core members, being a fresh brain from the university, should be able to bring, eventually, if they're suitable, they should be employed as teachers after the national assignment.
Yeah, I think I agree wholeheartedly with that. But it's not only in teaching that you have the development in that. But it's more in teaching, yes, because our schools are now almost a sample of the old classrooms. Let us have brilliant, and of course, let me also emphasize that we need brilliant graduates to teach. I'm sorry to say this, most of our graduates today, they doing good enough to teach. I'm sorry to say that. But we need to train them and employ those of who are really brilliant to teach, because what you don't have cannot give. And even teachers that can wait and impart 100% of what he knows, how much more or how much worse when he does not know much. So I think it's a very good thing to do, especially to bridge the gap in our different institutions, school and schools.
So we sincerely appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, this 90.5 FM, this is we'll be calling it a wrap on the Tuesday edition of Morning Fight on your dialing station, OGBC 90.5 FM. National Assignment, the NYC doing it the right way and ensuring that it is not just food for the boys. At the end of the day, after these 2 years, if eventually it is actually gazetted, should impact the life of our youths, and they in turn contribute to national development. Emmanuel.
Yes, indeed. The National Youth Service Corps, actually the dream or the vision behind it is for national integration, where youth graduate from one section, move to another section and learn their culture and learn to co-image other tribe and other culture. And that has actually resulted into unions where you see somebody from the West getting acquainted
To the
somebody
south.
from the South or somebody from
From
the
the
North. And that had been the dream, that had been the vision of the National Youth Service Corps. The extension being proposed should actually give more room to that, as stated by Mr. Tayo Akinpelu, who was our spokesperson this morning. And this program is a success, courtesy editors in the newsroom, Adedepe Wahab and Bisola Oludo. So not forgetting our studio manager this morning, Dr. Idowu.
The ICT personnel that's love the morning is none other than Folake Shueton. The icing on the cake on our discussion this morning is that some core members, if they get married in service, they said there is a good amount of money that
Which the
will be
scheme also
used.
give to them.
And you also take care of their marriage and also.
That's a national union.
That is just a national union. That's an icing on the cake. My name is Steve Mitokwe Babalola. Please do have a beautiful Tuesday morning. We love and appreciate you.
And I'm Emmanuel Adebanjo. Do enjoy the rest of the day.